Good morning and welcome to AGORACOM Small Cap Stock News. It's Thursday, February the 13th, 2014. I'm Alan Barry Laboucan. I'm the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. Every morning I go through my usual routine that I've been doing for a number of years. I go through all the press releases, try to find the best ones that stand out to me. I talk about them on the show. I also talk about the stock charts and what I'm seeing in there. And over the years, this is what's helped me to find a lot of good companies, and I think it will help you as well. And I look after all the work for you. We try to keep the show to around a 10-minute time frame. I've got 8 companies to talk about today. We should be in good shape on the time, so we'll get right to it. The first company I wanted to talk about today is Santacruz Silver. Santacruz Silver announced that the previous bought deal financing that they announced for $8.75 million has been increased to $10.75 million. So looks like there's a very strong demand for that financing that they're doing. Just looking at the stock chart right now, the stock right now, it's up 2 cents to $1.10 on 42,000 shares traded. Just going to their stock chart now. From the November lows, they kind of improved from there. Then they went sideways for about 6 weeks. Recently, they've broken out from that debasing period. It's been on very significant volume. They are trading above their 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages. I like what I see in this stock chart, and this is a company that I could see myself talking about at on the end of the week show, the best of the best in weekly news. I like what I see. SCZ is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Osisko Mining. Osisko Mining sent out a letter to the shareholders indicating that they feel the offer from Goldcorp is inadequate. I've talked about this on past shows, and to me, I agree. I don't think that they're getting enough for the company. The company is a 500,000 ounce producer. And one of the lowest cost producers in the industry. So I don't really see why they benefit from having Goldcorp as a part or as taking them over. I think the shareholders would do a lot better in the long run on Osisko on its own, but that doesn't look like what's in the cards anymore. Unless, of course, the shareholders turn down this offer. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what is more likely is that the offer will get increased. It's kind of, I don't really want to see it happen because I think that the industry needs more of these middle-tier producers. But, you know, the markets are what they are, and every day you're a publicly traded company. So another company can come along and make an offer, and then it's up to the shareholders. I'll just on the stock chart, on the stock, it's up 18 cents today to $6.82 on 9.7 million shares traded hands. Obviously, the market thinks that the bid from Goldcorp is too low because the stock is trading at well over $1 higher than what the offer on the table is. And I think that Osisko management made a good case to their shareholders with this letter that they just sent. Now, in a takeover offer, it's always very difficult to get an idea of what the trend is telling me. I think the trend is telling me that the market thinks that there's a bigger bid coming. We will see as time goes on. OSK is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. Next up is Goldcorp. Goldcorp announced a $2.7 billion loss in fiscal 2013. They also provided an update to their reserves and resource estimates. And announced that they had record and full year gold production. Now, I haven't had a chance to look over this news release really closely, but I would imagine that the reason for that loss is a write-down on some of their reserves. I'll have to take a good look at the news release. I have seen this, that the reason I brought it up today, several mining companies are writing off with gold down where it is. A lot of their reserves and resources are not profitable, so at these prices are not likely to be mined, so they have to write them down. It's a trend we're seeing, but the market shook it off today. The stock is up 74 cents to $29.36 on 2.75 million shares traded hands. Goldcorp stock has been on a very bullish trend since it hit the bottom in December, aggressively above its 20, 50, and 100-day moving average. So yeah, that stock chart looks very powerful. G is the stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. Next up is Mandalay Resources. Mandalay Resources announced that they've increased their gold reserves by 41% and antimony reserves by 108% in 2013. Very good numbers there. Their proven is 4.7 million ounces on the silver front. Let's see, I wanted to talk, oh, there it is. On the silver front, 61,000 ounces in the proven, 240 in the probable. Total proven and probable is 301,000 ounces of gold. They've got about 17.9 million ounces of silver. You can find all the details in the company's press release. So far, the stock's doing pretty good. It's up 3 cents today to 90 cents on 211,000 shares traded hands. Stock's looking better since the December lows. It's not on one of those aggressive moves, but it's definitely moving up. It's currently trading above the 50 and 100-day moving averages, and above the 20-day as well. So it's got an interesting stock chart there. Not overly aggressive, so it's one I'm going to consider for the best of the best show. MND is their stock symbol. They trade on Toronto. Next up is Scorpio Gold. Scorpio Gold forecasts 40 to 45,000 ounce gold production in 2014 from their Mineral Ridge operation in Nevada. This is a 70% owned project located in Nevada, as I said earlier. The total cash costs are $800 per ounce of gold production. They don't give the all-in numbers here, but we'll have to take a look at that a little closer in the press release. Stock's up half a penny today to 29 cents on 36,000 shares traded. Just looking at the stock chart, and this one's been on a better move since the November-December lows. It's been sort of, it had a good move in December and into early January, and it's been kind of going sideways since, meandering, looking for a direction there. Kind of a tough one for me to call on the chart right now, but I'm going to do some more homework on that one. SGN is their stock symbol. They trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Primero Primero Mining. They announced their fourth quarter and full year 2013 results. They had their highest revenue and lowest cash costs in the history of the company in 2013. They had a record revenues of 200 million and strong adjusted net earnings of 38 million. Lots of good details in the press release. You can find on the company's website. Stock is flat today at $7 a share on 386,000 shares traded hands. just looking at the chart. And the chart has been very powerful from the lows that were set back in December. Has really had a significant breakout. This one's been a strong performer. I'm a little nervous about making a positive call on this trend right now because it has moved so aggressively. I would like to see it take some, see some profit taking off of it. But they're definitely looking very solid these days. P is their stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. Next up is Klondex Mines. Klondex Mines had infill drilling results from their Joyce and Vonnie veins at the Fire Creek project. Their highlight hole hit 1.92 meters of 146 grams per ton of gold. So some very high-grade gold in that drilling. That wasn't the only hole that returned high-grade drill results. You can look at the table on the company's press release. Definitely like what I see on the drill front there. Stock's flat today. It's at $1.89. Only traded 13,000 shares today. Stock's been on had a classic bullish move since July. Higher highs, higher lows. This is a very good looking chart. I've picked this one in the past, and I think there's a good chance I'll be talking about it again on the Best of the Best in Weekly News Show. KDX is their stock symbol, and they trade on Toronto. And the final company today is Turquoise Hill Resources. They had an update about their oil tolgoi project, and also that they're in discussions with the government of Mongolia. So they give you a good rundown of what's going on with the company and their talks with the Mongolian government. Just looking at the stock, it's down 31 cents today on 1.1 million shares traded hands. Just looking at the stock chart, it bottomed in early January, had been pushed down quite a bit in December, had a good move off of that lows in January, then has been giving them back in the last 3 weeks or so. I'm looking for a bottom on this stock. I'm going to be doing some homework. I think there's a chance I could be talking about this one on the end of the week show, but I haven't made that decision yet. TRQ is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Toronto Exchange. So that's a wrap on the news for today. As always, before I'm making any investment decision, it's important for you to do your homework and speak with your financial advisors. Join us Monday through Thursday here at AGORACOM.com, on my website at AlanBerryReports.com. Join us at the end of the week for the Best of the Best in Weekly News shows. That's coming up in the next day or two. So on that note, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.